Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're going to be revisiting decluttering, and I was watching a whole bunch of decluttering videos and I constantly hear the same thing, like I want to get rid of a lot of these things, but I don't know if I can. And I used to be that way, and now I'm not the collector that I once was, and I understand the feeling of wanting to get rid of makeup, but you just don't know how to go about it because everything seems important. And if you're wanting to get rid of things, it should not be a burden to you. So for those of you out there in that situation, this video is for you. If you're into decluttering and wanting to learn ways to continuously curate your makeup collection, or if maybe you're someone that just is fine with having so much makeup, don't worry about it, you can skip out on this video. But if you're having a hard time, I will be listing all of my declutter videos, tips, and all of that stuff down below, as well as providing you with a little bit more information in this video. Now, first up, we're going to have the tips. Later on, I'm going to give you ideas about how to go about shopping if that's a particular problem for you. But first, let's focus on the collection you currently have. This is something that has helped me tremendously, and it's opening all the palettes that look the same. So maybe you have all of your browns, put them all together, open them up, and pick and choose. Like, this one I know I use more of. This one is just kind of laying around, but it looks like this other palette that I'm using more of. Okay, this one, get rid of it. The more that you see all the palettes that you have in the same color family, the easier it is to pick out and justify what needs to stay and what needs to go. Because you can look at your favorite eyeshadow colors, favorite eyeshadow formulas, and then compare it to everything else that you've got. Trust me, it's very easy to collect the same shades, and then you're able to let go of things easier because you're not thinking, well, I don't know if I have this in my collection. Open all the same colors up and decide from there. I believe I've said this one before, and it's basically shopping your stash, but stick to a palette for one entire week. Don't go back to the same looks. Try and use the palette in different ways. And if it's feeling like this has a place, maybe you're going to be using it more often than you thought, then keep it. But if you're getting patchy eyeshadow, if you're not really sure about how well the palette can go together, maybe you don't know how it'll fit in conjunction with your other eyeshadow palettes, then it's a pretty safe answer to be like, I think I should chuck this or give it to someone. Next up, think about your go-to eyeshadow looks and strategize from there. And what I mean by that is, some people like to have a lot of green palettes, but how often do you actually use those? Are those your go-to looks? So let's say you don't use a whole lot of blue eyeshadows, but you've got 6 in your stash. I would think it's pretty safe to say that you could probably do away with 1, possibly 2, and then just give the rest away. If you're a collector, it makes sense, but if you're wanting to make use of your eyeshadow collection, then it makes sense to only keep the ones you know will be useful to you. Now we're going to get into some shopping tips, and I would like to make it known that a lot of my declutter videos are focused on eyeshadows, because out of all the declutters that I've seen, and I've seen quite a few, it's like eyeshadows it's a tough spot, and that's what people usually leave towards the end, because it's like, I have all these eyeshadows and I want to get rid of it, it's going to be too hard. So I usually revolve my declutter videos around that, because it's the biggest struggle. Shopping reminder number 1, remember that sales are sales for a reason. If something is constantly on sale, maybe it shows up at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, right? It's there for a reason, and that reason usually being overstock, or products are just not selling. And so if it's not something that you're looking for intently, like you actually want to try it, as opposed to, oh, it's on sale, maybe I should try it, as opposed to, I want to try it. Try and refrain from that mentality. When it comes to sales, you usually want to go with ones that's free range in an entire store. So the Sephora VIB sale, I forget what Ulta's is called, but basically it blankets nearly all the products on the website or in this store, as opposed to things just kind of showing up at another store that it's not normally at. And maybe there's a possibility that it might be even older. So just be careful. Next up, remember that makeup goes bad. So you need to be realistic about your purchases. I do have some products in my collection, particularly my MAC eyeshadows, that are very old, but I use them. And if I don't use them, I've gotten rid of them. I have downsized my MAC eyeshadow collection to 1 palette. Mind you, I started off with 8 of those MAC 15 pan palettes, and I'm able to fit it all in one. So try to make it a habit to dive into your collection and be realistic. Am I going to use this from the point of purchase to the expiration date? Is there a chance that you'll be able to justify keeping it in your collection, or do you think it'll better be served selling it online or giving it to other people so that you can actually make the money worth it? If things are separating, if things are smelling funky, it's a good sign that it's gotta go. Lastly, remember that what people say online, what people write about products online is not set in stone. You have to do your own research, and it's not just a single video. It's not one first impressions. It's not one review. Listen to what they have to say. Hear about their skin type. Is their skin texture good? What kind of climate do they live in? Those things factor into how that could potentially work for you. Like someone that lives in Alaska and says, this product wears wonderfully on their skin and they're oily. Well, I have oily skin, but I don't live in Alaska. So it might be worth looking for someone else's review who lives in the same kind of climate. Does that make sense? We work so hard and spend so much time in, trying to earn money. I think we owe it to ourselves to put in just as much effort in how we spend it so that we're satisfied with our purchases. And that is it. I'm starting to sweat. You probably can see the beads forming on top of my head, but that is my, my new set of declutter videos and reinforcements in some cases, and I really do hope that it helps you guys out. You can go about your house, your makeup collection, and do some spring cleaning, but it's also important to try and do it to the best of your ability without trying to push yourself too much. Obviously, I'm not, telling people, hey, get rid of half of your makeup collection, but I would like people to be satisfied with the goals that they're trying to set, but maybe they don't know how to go about it. It's difficult for them. So hopefully this video helps you out. Again, more videos of decluttering will be linked down below. This makeup look can be found on Instagram. First link in the description box down below, where I will post a photo of this makeup look along with all the products in the caption. This was not where this eyeshadow look was supposed to go, but here we are. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys. Oh, there's a bird humming right outside my window. Can you hear it? Probably not. My air conditioner's too loud. It's so hot. It's death. It's so weird filming like this. Like, guys, look. Key room. I just want to sit here for a moment and enjoy this air conditioner. I should turn off these lights, but I can't. I forgot. Thumbnail. I feel like I always say that at the end of my videos. Oh God, now thumbnail. Did you hear my jaw crack? Because I did.